Hi, I'm Doug here at Global West, and today I thought I'd take a minute and talk to you about 1967 through 69 Camaro Firebird rear front forward, shall I say, spring mounts. Now this happens to be a stock spring mount for your leaf spring. And you'll notice the configuration of it, how it's got a cover at the top. This bolts on from underneath, comes up into the frame, and the leaf spring sits in here and goes forward. We build a replacement unit, and if you'll notice how it's open across the top. Now there's a reason why we're doing that. And it has to deal with reverse eye leaf springs versus a standard eye leaf. Let me take a minute and show you what a reverse eye leaf spring looks like. All right, we got a couple of leaf springs here. Now this one on this particular side is a stock leaf or a standard eye leaf. Notice how we have the bushing here and the leaf spring goes down and goes back to the differential. Now this side over here is a reverse eye leaf. So here you can see how the leaf spring itself goes over the top and then comes back down. One of the reasons why we use reverse eyes is it allows us to lower the vehicle down further without going into a reverse arch. And we don't want to run a reverse arch on a leaf spring. Now reverse arch basically means that this is mounted to the frame up front, the unibody, and you've got the arch of the leaf. A reverse arch happens when you've got this mounted and it goes up like this and then comes back down to the shackle. We don't want to do that. We want to have a little bit of arch in there for the suspension to work properly in the back. So that's where the reverse eye comes in. And so that's why we do this on performance applications for those vehicles, the Camaro and Firebird, when we want to drop them down. So let's get into the mount. This is the mount, factory mount, that originally would bolt in to your application. And let me move this around a little bit so you see what I'm going to be talking about here. So you see how this arches, how it drops down low. This would bolt on like this here, and then this would go up into the car. I'm going to spin this around real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this would sit in here like this. Body's here, this goes back to the differential. And you notice here how this is made, how the stamping is. It drops down right through here towards the leaf spring, okay? But this whole area is open because this is a standard eye leaf. If you were to take this and mount it on a reverse eye leaf, let me spin this around and I'll show you. Same scenario, this drops in from here. You notice how tight this is right here? The leaf spring now is real close to the stamping right here and how this drops on in. When load is applied and the leaf spring is compressed, this is going to swing up into this area. If this contacts this area right here on the reverse side, your ride goes immediate harsh. The spring is locked out from working properly. All right, so let me show you something here. Of course, now we have our new mount. Now you understand why we have to do this, because we have to have that clearance through here so the leaf spring will work properly. And yet when we go to a category 5, which is where we got our bearing system in here, which allows the leaf spring to tilt, we have a couple of videos online about that. This has to be able to tilt like this. If I was running this type of a mount, I wouldn't be able to get the efficiency out of the leaf because it would be binding up. So we built this mount that plugs in, and obviously there's nothing over the top here. So this allows the leaf spring to work properly, and if you're running a category 5 system, which is with the bearing system, it'll tilt properly and work without any bind whatsoever, and your ride will remain soft and smooth. Now granted, these are performance leafs. These are what we use on our autocross and our road racing applications. You can run them on the street for high end, not a problem, but the reverse eyes, that's what they're targeted for, is high performance autocross and road racing applications. This mount, the LSB 79, is designed to work with this application. Could you use it on a stock? Sure, not a problem whatsoever. but mainly used with reverse eyes. Now there's mid-eye leafs as well. Mid-eye is where instead of having the leaf go over the top, it actually goes pretty much in the middle. You don't have an issue with that because, again, the leaf spring is far enough away from the mount that there's plenty of clearance. So LSB 79 comes with studs, hardware, everything, used specifically with reverse eye leafs. You could use them as a replacement, like I say, for stock. But this is, if you're lowering the vehicle and you're running reverse eye, you really need to have that clearance, because this here will affect your ride and definitely be a problem. LSB 79, 67 through 9 Camaro and Firebird, rear forward eye mount for the leaf spring.